coffee is not good. But the swamp tea should be. I spilled it all over myself. Great, awesome. That's so nice. Ba, 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 ba. Go here, perfect. Do one of these, do this. Go down a little bit. Too close, far too close. Good. Gives me anxiety being this close. All right. I think we are good. Let me jump over here really quick. Turn that off. Brilliant, great. We don't get a server, meaning our quality is shit. Awesome, pain, suffering, all that. Pop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Your boy is fighting a virus or sick or something, man. I'm sweating uncontrollably. If I look like a mess this stream, forgive me. I got a headache. It's just like all stacking on top of itself. All bad. All very not good. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a little bit of a break from the build of Krieg, all that. Still haven't tested anything new. I mean, we might do that towards... I don't know, probably not actually a stream. I think I'll do that tonight. I don't think I'll do that with you guys, because I would like to have a decent answer before we get back into that, but I just need to do groundwork, essentially, before we can do that. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to be hanging out. It's our Play Together stream. If you guys want to jump in and play with me, just jump in, or let me know your shift name, and we'll get after it. If you want to know mine, it's right here, right there. But yes, other than that, we're just grinding. I think the only thing that we're looking for the build... Honestly, it's one of those moments where I wish I would have done testing this morning. Busy morning, didn't get to do it. I wish I would have done testing this morning so I could figure out something that I know we're hunting for. But right now, it's looking a little weird. I guess we could farm for... Jesus Christ! Oh my God, Carthage! Let's go, Carthage! Carthage says, first of all, thanks so much, Carthage, for that fucking tier 1 sub. They've been subscribed for 45 months. Absolute madness. It says on my screen 45 months, but I feel like I already did 45. But oh well, I'm here. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It doesn't matter, Carthage. It's still madness. 45. Thank you so much for the support. Jesus Christ. What's good, Little Savage? Little Savage says, hey, Grinn, how's your day going? It's going pretty good, man. It's pretty chill. Nothing too crazy this far. I'm a little sick. I feel like I'm fighting a virus, getting sweaty, and like, you know, your body's like, fuck it. Feel this. Now feel that. And I'm like, what's happening? But thank you so much, Carthage. How are you, Carthage? How are you? By the way, Carthage, I read your the whole book thing. That was a while ago though. So let me try to. I read it all. It seemed awesome. I'm a little. I like the concept of like you're perceiving something from the villain, etc. Like I like that idea, but I'm a little lost on like the way it's sequencing essentially. Also, thank you so much for the cheer. Appreciate it. What do you call it? Drainer says at 7. Drainer says you have the weirdest games. Can you explain this game if you don't mind? Yes, this is Wonderland. Yeah, this is Wonderland. This is it's similar to the Borderlands franchise. It's a looter shooter kind of game. It's basically a have you ever played Borderlands 1, 2, 3, anything like that? That's what it is. Just an FPS. A first-person shooter that happens to be loot-based, so you're hunting for gear. You also have a class tree, and you're building out your character and stuff like that. And you have spells, and you have class mods, and you have a skill tree, and all these things. Yeah. Lone Zika says, "What's up? How are you? I'm doing great." Anonymous just keeps chucking shit at us, chucking rocks. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Lone Zika says, "I have been." Carthage says, I have been demolishing books. Demolishing them, I say. I could tell. I could tell, Carthage. You're getting after it. Give me this. Oh, man. You have no idea, guys. You have no idea how nice it is to play a build that just works. In the words of a man that I once held in high regard, which I still kind of do, given we'll see how, Starfield happens. But yes. Also, thank you, fucking a handful of gems hucked at my face. Thank you, Anonymous. But Carthage has been demolishing the books. Carthage says, I swear I've read no less than 6 of them in like the past 8 or 9 days. What's happening? Are you just like, have you just mapped out your job back to front to where you're just killing it? Man, playing They really need to do if the next buff is not about melee weapons, I'm gonna be peeved, because it's just like this in comparison to the other thing is just madness. And also, this feels good. Like, it's not like this. People are like, oh, the spell shot's too powerful. I mean, eat me, eat me. Shut up. If you played melee, it's a fucking nightmare. Okay. We're making ground with the melee build though, maybe a little bit. Carthage, that's good. I know, yeah. Carthage is reads too much, frankly. Like, it's almost like, is there a point of like a lot? Like, you know, when someone's like, I binge watched 5 anime in 2 days, and you're like, what? Well, how does that? What? I mean, it's like 20 minutes a piece, but shit. Is there a point where it's like, maybe we relax a little bit? No, probably don't hold back with things we enjoy. Probably, that's fair. Especially when a lot of the books Carthage reads are pretty like cool fodder for the mind. You know, sometimes people go buck wild in certain ways, and with certain hobbies, and it's all good. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know, anything could be taken to an extreme. But Carthage reads some crazy ass books, which I feel like are just. If Carthage ever decides to make a book and like leverage any of the thousands of potential worlds he's kind of been pulled around to, it's gonna be something else. Granted, Carthage also expressed, I think in the past, that it's not necessarily something I think it was something that you were interested in. It's just something that you found yourself to not really enjoy the product that you ended up making. I think it's a self-judgment thing. but yeah. We'll do this. I missed both. Great. Awesome. Break. There we go. Oh, Lone Syndicate throwing 100 rocks at me. Thank you so much, Lone Syndicate. Appreciate it. Carthage says, I mentioned 4 series in the initial post in Discord. The one described is the only one with only the first book in the series out. Yeah, no, that one's fine. I was talking about the superhero book, the one that you broke down to where the main guy is a villain. Or he's an ex-villain, sorry. He's an ex-villain that works for a company that is like the agents of the people. And I didn't understand, like, is he OP? Because it kind of sounded like he's a little OP. But also, he seems like he's... I don't, like, that's the thing that, like, while reading your synopsis of the story, a part of it was like, who is this guy? Who is he? What does he feel? Like, because it was very much like, you're telling me all of the actions that the person does, and they were so, like, here, now there, now here, that I'm like, how is this guy's mind working? You know? Let's just stay back. We can get away from people. What's good, Axiom? Axiom says, I'm currently making the most illegal save ever. What? Illegal save ever? And it's the most fun I've had in Borderlands since 2. What do you mean? Most illegal? Do you mean you're like modding the fuck out of it? Nub says, there is never enough anime. Always keep watching more. I mean, I agree. But I think if there's a point where you're like, I'm getting exhausted by watching these things. You know, especially the kind of anime I think you watching up. I feel like your hand gonna fall off. I'm kidding. Carthage says, I have a lot of free time at work, practically because of a poor training program. Oh, I see. They gave you like a ton of time to study, but you're big braining it. That makes sense too. Do that. Go Pixies. Eat, Pixie, eat. We don't even have the one new skill on that people keep telling me to switch to. There's a video coming out today, by the way, about the build and like why we haven't switched to that one gun thing. Not because it's not good, just because this is what we do. It's like enemies still die in 3 seconds. So yeah, if not faster. And we're at level 35 now. So yeah, the video I was at level 33 and it was like still like like it took a while, but now not so much. Although anything would feel like crazy numbers after the hellish week we've had about like testing melee shit all the time. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? You're investing 80,000 damage and your gun's like, yeah, I'll take quarter of that, I guess. Or my base is just so low that it's impossible to get anything out of it. Great. Nub says, I won't really be here. Just give my lure. Gotcha. Nub recedes back into the walls. Carthage says, Yeah, I really don't like the stuff I tried to write. Maybe something else would have, but I don't want to put out something I'm not happy. That's true. That's a good thing. Although I hope that it's not like a self-judgment thing a little bit. Like, 'cause I feel like a lot of people will convince themselves that they don't like something just because they've had a hand in writing it. You know what I mean? Whereas if you were to like, actually, this is good or that, you know. Axiom says, making impossible items and messing with data values in the safe. Yeah, just like giving yourself some like crazy effects. I haven't seen someone showcase that. That might be a fun series to do at some point. But a part of me worries about doing stuff like that because I feel like it kind of like subconsciously corrupts people's brain, where they're like, oh, this is a modded item, you know, and they're like, well, no, that was a one-off. Like, this is actually normal gear, and they're like, you know. So I feel like we need to be careful with that, at least right now. And I think we'll get to a point where everyone's like, fuck it, I'm bored, give me anything. And we'll definitely handle that when we come to it. A card that says, main character of superhero book is OP as fuck. If he wanted to, he could basically strip anyone of their power. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, because the way you made him sound a little bit was, how was it? It was basically like he... Oh, is this? Oh, I want to actually see if there's a build that could be fun with this, because apparently the more you throw it, the more it like pools like a hole of darkness on the ground, which could be fun. We'll try that. I don't think that'll help my build too much, but it could be a saving thing. We'll see. We'll see. We're doing a lot of dark magic with our one build. Heh. Toothless. Sure, we'll do Toothless. Low critical damage. Now let's not take any more debuffs. We take quite a lot, actually. Oh, but sorry, yeah, the character when you were describing him, he sounded awesome, but I just didn't know what his yeah, like it seemed like he was like, it seemed like I think it was because of like you're trying to give me job notes, which I appreciate, but it sounded like everything was just kept working out for him, you know, except for the beginning. And maybe, and also he's an old man. Oh shit, come on, kill, thank you. Yeah, it seemed like he was an older person. It's one of the few things where like the worlds of this superhero book you're reading, Carthage, is interesting, where like people don't age really well given your like biological change, essentially. It's basically like a superhero book that seems relatively realistic, whereas like if instead of just being like, fuck it, you have powers, it's like, no, there's some sort of mutation meteorite or something that just landed and like reshaped the biology of everybody around it, including like animals. So animals are terrifying now. And apparently it affected a specific chromosome or something like that, so women are like dominating the fucking genetic pool because of this mutation that enables specifically them to have like 5 powers and men to only have 1. But then the main character, of course, is the one guy who had like the most cracked 1 power ever. At least that's the basis that I understand. Little Savage says, what kind of save file are you giving today, Grinn? Whatever you want. Well, it has to be mine. I feel weird about giving other people save files, although maybe in the future we'll do that. But yeah, it could be any of them. It could be our Spore Warden one. Granted, the Spore Warden one isn't updated, so yeah. So be careful with me with that one. But the one that I think is still the one that's the most optimal and the one that's the best, hasn't really changed with 35 levels. I wouldn't think it would change with more. Is this one, the one that just basically scales up pixies a great deal as well as your magic. So I would say this, if this one's pretty good, but if you wanted another one, sure. Carthage says, but it's the kind everyone, because a lot of stuff happens in the short amount of time. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you know, it's all good. I understand the sentiment, the restrictions of communication with that. What was that? What the fuck killed me just then? I don't like it. Oh, did I leave that thing on, the necklace again? I hope I didn't. We could check because we're not in co-op yet. Nothing. You know, we're good. Right. This. Fuck. Stop it. Stop it. Damn it. Yeah, things are getting a little dicey. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get this finished, the finish line one. Break that stupid box. Yep, we got a lot of debuffs. Fuck it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, we're not even able to out-heal from that dot damage. Golly. It's fine. Yee. It was rough. Axiom is currently giving myself 10 to 27 max rocket launcher ammo. Golly. Lil Savage says, also me and the wife are gonna grind some chaos chambers. Is there anything you're on the lookout for? That's the thing, Savage. I thought we were good. I thought we had like a better kind of breakdown of it. But like recently after the last couple of streams, I'm not sure if you caught it, but like we've kind of hit a wall with what we're kind of building for. The only thing I can think, like what I'm gonna spend my points on right now is I think. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's like a. I don't know if it's like a melee weapon. Again, I wish I had a better answer for you guys with what we're kind of like, the one thing I'm on the lookout for. The thing that I guess we're on the lookout for is anything that's Stabbomancer and Graveborn class mods that hopefully could facilitate in some sort of damage amp or healing. That's kind of what I think we're going to have to do. I think we're going to use the class mod that's going to be on damage dealt, get dark magic damage, because we need a lot of dark magic efficiency and healing, and that's a way we can kind of do it. So I think we're going to do that, but build with Cryo. I think I already have a class mod that kind of does that, but it's not Graveborn specifically and Stabbomancer. But I wish I had a better answer. You know what? It would be great. Regardless, I think I want to try to mess around with a weapon. It could be an SMG or a shotgun that is a pixie or guns with wings. Because what I'm looking for is there's something within the Stabbomancer skill tree that on critical hit of magic or guns, it basically has the net result in you having a chance to summon a Ghost Blade. So if there's a weapon that we could use that's not pixies, because pixies have a really low fire rate or crit rate, and that's what detonates the Ghost Blade or the Executioner's Blade. Sorry. So if you're like looking into SMGs or shotguns for me, I would appreciate if you found any cool ones there, because that's what I think I'm gonna. That's an answer, but it's a weird answer. It's kind of like we're not actually building melee damage. We're building melee damage, but facilitated by Executioner's Blade in a weird way. And I'm not even sure if 100% that will work. It's just a path that we could test. Sorry, someone redeemed something. I'm going to wait to reply to it. Oh, we can wait here. This is the last minute. Thank you so much, Marks. Appreciate it. People hucking rocks at me, but I appreciate it. Luke, what's good, Luke? Luke says, I was going to ask for Moxie's save, but yeah, no, I can't do that yet. I feel like we probably got to get well into the game before or I have to have a relationship with the content creator. I don't know if that's fucky. Yeah, I would feel a little sketched out if, well, actually, I wouldn't feel anything if someone did that for me. I don't know. I feel like maybe that'd be, well, I don't know. I guess it's hard to see the angle in which that could be not okay, but I'm not sure. I don't have any problem. I'm just worried that people might be like, what's it? I already have a problem with I don't name drop people. I just try to be honest. So if I'm like this, I got this idea from here. One of my core values as a person is I like to be honest. So in any possible instance where I feel like, oh, I'm gonna lie, I'm like, then that's a good moment for me to not lie and tell the truth. So yeah. But I already do that a lot, and I'm imagining for some people dislike that a lot. People like to be like, don't talk to me, don't look at me. I'm doing my thing, you do your thing, fuck off. And I'm like, oh, okay. Especially that's the first time I ever heard that response was from a content creator in the Borderlands community, which is weird. But you know, people are entitled to dislike what they dislike, I suppose. But yeah. Carthage says, I like comparing the general worlds of the books as a more dire My Hero Academia. Yeah, makes sense. I also like the concept of like a retired supervillain, like that idea. And also like in his old age, which he's not really old because he's like basically mortally can't age, but just in his like old age, he's kind of like, you know what? I want a simpler life. I don't want to do this anymore. But yet he has like that background knowledge of, like, I really want to start an anime recently called the world's finest. That's what it is. The world's finest assassin reincarnated as a diplomat. But it's basically like this old ass man who has like the fucked up life of like killing people, like given a second chance, and you're just watching him kind of be like, well, we need to achieve certain things. I have a lovely mother now, I guess, so I'm gonna take care of her, I suppose. And it's just hilarious. I'm already bought in without even having watched it. The Axiom says the game lets me change my max ammo value, but it doesn't display or work in game. Weird. Oh, fucking hit me with some motivation, says Luke. I'm far. Who did that? Who fucking did that? I got nothing for you today. All right. One of the things that the only thing I got for you that's a little bit current for me is also, this is a bad example because this guy's just kind of juiced out of his mind. But yeah, in terms of just melting a boss. Also, I don't really have the greatest things equipped. But basically, what I did yesterday is I found myself starting to succumb again to to that feeling of aimlessness, and especially like when you're making builds and whatnot. It's basically like problem solving 101, and how can you like remedy the situation. And one of the things that sucks though is, say if you spent 3 days trying to problem solve, can't get that close, trying to problem solve to find a solution that would work. But what if you kept coming up like with dead ends, dead end, dead end, dead end? It feels a little demoralizing a little bit, and it can start making you feel like I don't even want to do this because it's just like I'm not yielding anything. I'm like working my ass off and I'm not getting nothing. And then you start like trying to rush, and then you're like, then it just gives you even worse answers to problems that you're trying to solve. So for me, what I found, which is nice, and one of the things that to me has always reigned true, is if you've ever found yourself to be in that space of like overwhelmed or cluttered, basically, like mental fog over 9,000 kind of shit. One of the things that's helped me, man, is clean your fucking room, or clean your environment. Clean wherever you are. Like, as much as people may think, this is just how I do things. Like, oh, my room's a mess. It's fine for me. Chaos is my sense, or whatever. It's not. It's clean your shit. Make everything clean. Like, minimalize everything. It has a way of like decluttering your mind as well. And I think everyone thinks like, I'm not sure if that would work for me, and then they do it and they're like, actually, yeah, that helped a lot. That was awesome, So that's my only motivational thing right there, is I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed with just the lack of ground being made by me trying to get this Krieg build made. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna try to clean my room, make everything clear, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to get back into it. But I was getting a little dicey there for a minute where I was like, oh, what do I do? How do I do this? So yeah. Luke says, I'm farming. I'm farming for 1 armor for 4 hours and didn't get it. I need motivation. Oh, I see. That's why you redeemed it. I mean, hey, that's exactly the same problem I'm having. Except my problem is like, I'm not like that for you, Luke. You're at least getting like items, hopefully that are relevant to other builds or other potential options. For me, it's like you try something, you gained nothing. You tried something, you gained nothing again. Or at least when you're doing this, you got a little bit of thing. But ultimately, step away. You should always leave something excited to do it again. So as soon as it starts feeling like agonizing work, just you don't even need to take off like 20 minutes or like 2 days. You just can take off 10 minutes. Like literally just go watch a 10-minute YouTube video and then relax. Maybe watch another one and then go back. I think that's one of the things that they talked about within like learning psychology and like the brain development. But it's one of the cooler things. You're far better to break the monotony of your mind, like shake things up. So don't just like learn for 5 hours straight, which is school, but instead to learn for a block of 10 minutes, take a step away, come back, re-engage. But you're trying to basically keep your mind cognitively up the whole time, which giving yourself a little like gap of useful break, like something completely different from what you're studying, is actually kind of nice. Also, going to sleep and reviewing what you've previously studied is also incredibly helpful. But yes. Axiom says Executioner's Blade only really works from the shadow. Axiom, stop putting that negative shit on me, okay? Don't tell me that things are like that. Like what do you call it? You told me the Fate Breaker thing, and you might be right, but I need a solution and I need a way to try things. So if you're telling me that's a dead end, Grinn, that's a dead end, I can't. I can't listen to you. I know it might be, and I appreciate you helping me, because I do go into it like, there could be some smoke in this, could be not worth investing in this. But at the same time, for me, it seems like there's no possible path forward. You're fucked. I can't have that. It just makes me feel demoralized from pursuing a path that could be successful. I wanted to try to get an SMG, because people were saying that has a high detonation chance for ghost blades. Because honestly, I don't need a weapon that has a lot of ghost blades. Like in the one that we did do, we were able to kill things relatively fast. Not as fast, but fast.
So Little Savage says, sure, cryo, dark magic. Yeah, something like that. Cryo, dark magic, probably. Yeah, because it's mainly going to be a stat stick for Executioner's Blade, but if it healed me as well, that'd be dope. Carthage says, and to give you a perspective on how OP the main character is, there are 7 monsters known as Titans. These Titans are so strong that not one has ever been permanently injured since they mutated, only injured enough to lose interest in the cities of humanity. A mad scientist artificially created an 8th Titan before main character killed him and destroyed his research. Main character came up with a plan to draw it out of the city by chasing someone, then put on a disguise, caught up with it, and then killed it in a few minutes. Oh shit. So the main character, and the way you made his power like sound, just by the definition of you describing it, made it sound like the most broken thing ever. Like he can reform matter or something. So like again, it's like I like that idea in storytelling where it's like again, the premise of this world that this book we're talking about with Carthage, which is what Carthage is reading, is it's like a superhero mutation kind of world where a meteor or something impacted and it basically caused everyone to gain a shit ton of radiation or something and change the biology of people. And it functioned off of a specific thing within people. And women and men have this different thing. I think it's a chromosome is what you're saying. I seen you define it, but then I forgot what you said. But I like the idea of there being like this clear stacked deck against like a dude in this one world where like the power dynamics completely shift and all the girls have like six powers and the dudes have like maybe 2, if that. And then, but then for there to be this one like dude or this one main character who kind of is this equilibrium where it's like, just because you only have one chance to hit like money essentially, that doesn't mean you can't nail that one chance more than anybody, which is always a fun idea, I think. But yeah, let me see. Oh, we're back in the hell of looking for for these. Thorough makes a dark hole. Maybe. We don't have a lot of space, that's why I'm not picking these up. Although it's granted, it's incredibly hard to see anything. Ooh, it's cryo. Burst, not pixies though, but it is Tedior. Guns with wings. And it's dark magic. What's his fire rate? Has really low crit chance though. Oh, that was one. Damn it. Shit. I seen a little something compared. No, I don't need cryo or corrosive. Is that it? Nope. 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 Damn it. Unlucky. Oh, primordial, but nothing. But nothing, unfortunately. But it was ×4. That actually may just be good on a base, but it's not. Oh no, it's not Furior. That's what the problem was. But that'd be cool if we could find that. But it's not that. That'd be great. Don't worry about it. I keep getting pixies that are like corrosive. Damn it. Blue dark magics. Wait. Homing projectile. What is it? Can I look up a little bit? No, it's not chaotic or anything. Granted, we're not really looking at it as a scaling source, but if it was at least like ×3 or 4, that'd be huge, because that's more instances of it potentially detonating the blades, the little executioner blades. That one's chaotic. That one I seen a minute ago was chaotic. Burst, no. Volatile though. That's promising. Black. I keep getting black holes, but they're not like anything. They're trash. Yeah, having a cool like black hole weapon would be dope, because I think that would help a little bit with the amount of dark magic output we're gonna kind of inadvertently be doing. So lightning bolt and companion. Ooh, it's also ×4. I'll grab that one. That actually might be a little nutty, unless the Hydra wouldn't shoot 4 shots, but it might. I don't know. I don't think we missed anything. Ooh, that's 4 ×4. Neat. All right, I don't think we found anything. Unlucky. Unlucky. All
Also, status points. I'll always forget to redeem them. Not intentionally. Just no one yells at me at the end. Because everyone dies out. Like, ugh. What's good? Rudolph? Rudolph says, hey, Grinn, how's your day going? How's my day treating me? My day's treating me pretty nice. Thanks so much for asking. Yeah, we're just chilling. We're just having a good time. We're slowly getting after it. I'm a little bit sick, but ever since I started streaming right now, I don't know what it is about streaming, but I think it like upgrades my immune system for a hot minute. Because I always feel better when I start to do it. And I'm not by any means, I'm not an extrovert, and I don't imagine that would translate in that way either. But yeah. Luke says, if you use twin blades with maze and warrior can't work. What do you mean? If you use twin blade, what's twin blades again? If you use twin blades with massacre and warrior can work. I'm making a stabbo claw with a lot of damage. I know if it's I don't know if it's gonna work. Wait, what do you mean? Twin blade doesn't scale off of melee damage, does it? The twin blade X thing? Mace and warrior. Wait, it's twin blades the thing? Oh, twin blades is a melee weapon, right? I thought twin blade was the shotgun that was like it fired in 2 threads, which was cool. We'll do that, and we'll do that. That's so I can track. Twin blades, I think somebody gave me. It was very good. It's like it basically has someone with 2 elements. I got heartburn. Yeah. Yeah. Luke says, you gonna use the primordial doll? What do you mean? Oh, that primordial doll one? I don't think so. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's the one thing that does interest me. I wonder if it's possible to do the same thing we did with the magic build, but instead just do it with guns. Like just have a stupid amount of gun damage, because there's a lot of cool guns. Like that to me is the one of the most frustrating things ever. Like there's a shotgun that literally it shoots out an X blade into the air, but yet it doesn't scale off of melee damage or anything. It just scales purely off gun damage. So you're like, oh, okay, I guess if I want to use that, but I don't know. To me, it's just like that weapon has slow projectile speed and it's not very good with range. All that stuff has decent AOE, I guess, but like to me that's like the perfect weapon to scale off of melee damage. But for whatever reason, it does not, and you're just like, why? What? Like what? Carlos says main character is energy control. His control any and all energy within a certain distance. Oh my God! Holy fucking shit! Christ alive! Carthage, that's excessive. But thank you, Carthage, with the 22 gifted subs. What the fuck? that is excessive by a whole margin. Thank you so much, Carthage. That's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy all of your lovely emotes gifted by Carthage. Carthage, I wanted to read your message, goddamn you. Now I can't see it because there's a bunch of text on the thing. So thermal energy makes it seem like he can use control fire and ice temperature. Kinetic energy makes him able to fly and use kinetics among other extreme creative uses. Light is a form of energy, so he can use light and shadows and illusion type stuff. Electro energy seems like he just cracked. Seems like he has a cheat sheet. You get the it seems like he has a cheat sheet for the whole. They can basically like, yes, I can control all powers. It's like the genie wishing for something. I want all wishes. I want unlimited wishes. Axiom says, by the way, I want to say that the best hilt mod for weapons is Amp, because it buffs your live wire damage by 50%, multiplicative versus Echo 10% boost. Okay, so Amp is a better thing, especially for the live wire. Awesome. Okay, so those in conjunction can make work. Okay. Okay. Because it's heartburn. I can help with that. Here, let me make it worse. I puke. I just fucking vomit so much on stream. Is that DMCA? Not DMCA. Was that Twitch? Twitch hates that. I don't know. Someone said like you cannot puke voluntarily on stream. Like it can happen like accidentally. Like oh my god, and then you hide your shame. But you can't vomit. Meanwhile, there's literally I think a hot tub section of Twitch, which is just like what? Okay, I guess. Oh, also, ladies and gentlemen, there is a what do you call it? There is a new dev diary for Deathverse I want to make, but I'm also like I don't know, for like just to be honest, like the what do you call it, the Wonderlands videos did really well, so I kind of, my priorities kind of shifted to that. But granted, those fucking goddamn Wonderland videos taking it out of me. So yeah, but I want to make a video on that again. But I'll be patient with me. Also, it's just like a 6-minute dev diary, so I don't want to milk that. So hopefully there's like 2 or 3 that we can kind of consolidate and talk to people about, because yeah, it looks awesome. Carthage says, I'm given a total of 22, but it's still 10 is insane. Carthage, even if it's 10, it's still nuts. It's still crazy. Let's do this. Anarchy, let's do that one, yeah. They're the same thing, right? Yeah, they're all the same thing. Oh, one of them gave, I think it's that connection, the live wire connection one that like tethers to you, if it ever does, because, man, I don't know, as much as I like the Chaos Chambers, there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense. Like the melee one is obvious. That was like the first red herring, where it's like, hey, in order to beat this thing and get the perfect clear, you need to do melee damage. And it's just like, what? Especially with chaos levels. Like chaos levels enable you to not do any melee damage unless you're fully building for it. And even then, it's one of the worst ways to build your character, because like there's so many damage types and curses that make it so that if you get close, you just get annihilated. Yeah, it's just nonsense. Like the scaling in the game is good, but there's a lot of weird like fuckiness that comes with mayhem scaling and whatnot that is absolutely terrible. Oh, that was something that people said at the very beginning of Wonderlands. Is it the scaling or the balancing of what is it? It's the scaling and balancing of melee weapons were like shitty. I remember seeing a J-Duels video about like a what do you call it, a melee weapon, and he was just like, these are bad. It's bad. And even in the builds that do use it, aren't really using the melee scaling. They're using skills that kind of like triple dip and shit, which is crazy. And even then, I don't even know if it's melee damage. It's just benefiting from cryo damage. I don't know what it was. I think it's like a skill tree that exists within Berserker, where it's when an enemy's cryoed, they take like a shit ton more damage. Awesome! Isn't that great? What? How did that even happen? Oh, I bashed the ground with my... yeah, that makes sense. Rudolph says fire. Justin Jones says hey up. What's good? It says also Grinn, there's another anime I wanted to suggest to you, but I forgot to mention it yesterday. It's called Full Drive. The ultimate next gen full drive RPG is even shittier than real life. That's a good one. I also want to watch that one. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's the one where like he goes in, he accidentally gets like tricked by a big booba lady into buying this game that's like it's actually awesome. I actually want to ask you guys this. The whole premise of this weird anime is that these psychotic developers were like, let's make a game with this new VR tech that like you literally like fucking get mind melded into the system. And you like feel like you're there. But they're like, what if we made it like the most realistic ever, to where you felt pain exactly like real life. Also, your choices and everything completely compound and matter exactly in life. So if you're also, I think it bases your actual world self as your template. So if you happen to be incredibly unathletic, you happen to be incredibly unattractive or something, the game accounts for that and scales it into the game. And the premise is that this kid is just like getting dunked on for such a long time. And he's like weird. He has like, I think, I'm not sure why. I don't know what kind of the way they scale it. Maybe Lone Cynic can tell us. Why is he doing it? Is it just because Big Booba Waifu Gamer Lady is like, do it? Is that it? I have no idea why. Why is he like competitive? What is it? But what if that existed within a game? Would you guys do it? Would you guys go into that world? And part of me feels like I would want to try it. As long as I can get out. As long as it's not like a fucking sword art bullshit where I'm fucking dead or something. But if I could just even, I don't know, like, imagine if you got stabbed. Fuck, that would feel horrible. And you'd be like brain trauma for the rest of your life, you know? Granted, what if, what if you could like, my whole thing with these stupid games is usually, or these concepts, is I would just gamify it immediately. I would just be like, so like with one of the preconceived things about this is like time moves slower whilst you're in this environment. I would like go there, get a bunch of digital books or something, or like TV shows, and like watch a bunch of shows in like what would be like 10 minutes, but it would really be like 5 hours of binge watching shit, you know? I would go at it with that way, and I'd just be like, don't get stabbed, don't get stabbed, don't get stabbed. I can run real fast, okay? I can even stay back. So I read that as my brain was popping off. Critical that, sure, yeah, less critical damage, it's fine. Whew.
Luke says, I feel like Mayhem 6 all over. Yeah, man, it feels weird. I'm not sure if I like it. Well, I like the idea of what the Mayhem levels mean. I don't like that the game is scaled in such a shitty way. So for those guys who do not know the problem that we're kind of talking about within Wonderlands, it's the same thing that happened within Mayhem scaling, which this is a problem that I think they shouldn't have to make multiple times to, I think, understand, but alas, they're doing it. But it's basically when the base ground of your scaling is here, so your abilities basically have a ceiling like this, and then you introduce a leveling system based on gear. The problem is that the gear becomes more of an amp than the skills themselves. But if they don't ever buff, if there's no gear that directly correlates with skill amp in the same way for like ability damage to like a melee damage, then it just falls apart. Like right now, a lot of like action skills hit like a noodle, like they just do nothing. Granted, you can invest in like ability scaling, but it's nowhere to the extent as like spell scaling. So that's why everyone's using spell damage. And I hope the end goal or the next hotfix isn't like, we've nerfed spell damage, because literally spell damage is the only way that you're able to feel like you're actually doing decent damage. Whereas if you're only doing like melee damage, or if you're only using like every build kind of right now that exists, other than like some of the magic ones, is basically people finding a way to like quintuple dip into one skill, which is fundamentally breaking the skill in a way. Kind of, it's not really breaking the skill, but the point is that when you make the baseline, like if you increase the overall power requirement without increasing the baseline of it as well, then you just require insane gear. Not only that, but the gear, if the gear doesn't amp up what the base is amping up, then you're kind of fucked. And it's shit. That's why Spell Shot is so good, but that's also, I hate the takeaway of that is like that Spell Shot should be nerfed because it's so good. It's like, no, it's because it's the only thing that scales relative to the level that you're at that makes it like desirable in the first place. Madness. Madness. But yeah, this is the same problem that happened in Wonderlands. Moe's and Flax, Rax did basically nothing because the game's base scaling was so high and it didn't scale up his Rax. It didn't scale up Iron Bear. And it only happened at the very end of that game's life cycle where they finally started scaling up Iron Cub to have Mayhem scaling. But we don't yet have Chaos level scaling for certain skills. So it just makes your tree kind of useless unless it's doing something crazy that's just multiplicative damage. Or like basically says like increase all damage dealt, because if you have really high gear, then that just makes your high gear hit even harder. But skills that do a specific thing, it makes them absolutely reductive, because they're not scaling based on that weapon scaling. It's scaling off of the skill scaling, which doesn't scale off to the mayhem scaling, which means it doesn't scale at all. Shit. Very bad, at least in my experience. I haven't had fun with it. But yeah. Justin Jones says, damn, can't believe you do this. What do you mean? Carthage says, speaking of anime, I absolutely love the new anime TikTok thing, where it's like, I'm not king, I am not a god, I am. And then an absolutely adorable little girl from Spike's family. Are you watching it, Carthage? Is it good? I've heard people saying it's so good. I can't wait to watch the hell, Barrel. I can't wait to watch it. It's great. But yeah, also people be hyping it up a good bit. Yeah. Carthage, have you watched that anime? It's called Please Don't Toy With Me, Nagatori or Nagatoro. I don't know what the fuck it is. Have you watched that one? Because I made a video today that was like very rambly. I was sick, so I was talking and I was like, I'm gonna fucking pass out. And I think I had to do like 6 takes because I was like, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm not healthy right now. I'm fighting off a parasite or something. But what do you call it? Regardless, I ended up making that video talking about that show, and that oh shit, fucking great, ice, awesome, cool. That's something that should totally be in the game. Love it. Lunsing, it says if you athletic, or if you're unathletic, if you're not smart, etc., you are screwed in this game. After watching, I would try it, but if things go south, I'm out. Yeah, see, that to me is my thing where there's something sick in my head. So, because a part of me thinks, wouldn't it be cool though? Like to see how you would
you would scale up. I feel like I would get obsessed. I feel like it would be one of those things that would just feed on my obsessive tendency a little bit and just fuck my whole life up. Where I'd be like, I'd probably go in there, get wrecked, horribly wrecked, and then I would like spend 3 months exercising and like learning how to do stupid bullshit sword nonsense, whatever the rules for the world would be, and then I would go back in and be like, guess what, bitch? All right. Or I'd find a way to break it. I'd find there's one thing the developers fucked up on that I can leverage and I'll win. Okay. But there's something about it that like, just because it is so like your merit, like video games are a lot of like aspirational, like, power fantasy essentially. So one that basically goes out of its way to be like, no, bitch, your value in the real world is your direct correlative value in the game. To me, I'm like, I'm about to, you're not gonna judge me like this, bitch. I'm gonna get real into this. Something in my dumb head that's like, I'll get you, you son of a bitch. Elemental overflow, is that the one that puts elemental dots in the ground? No, it makes him immune. That's actually worse. Shit. Also, goddamn, cause there's a lot of good emotes. That game, golly. Luke says, and in the end, every legendary in BL3 is very good and usable. Yeah. I think that's true. And then Borderlands 3 seemed like there was a lot. They kind of found their footing towards the end. It seemed like, which always seems to be the case. And granted, Wonderlands like started off running. I think very good. Justin Jones says it's a video thing. Parasite apology. What do you mean? What do you mean it's a video thing? What do you mean, Justin? What you mean? Carthage says both Spy X Family and Nagatoro are worth watching. Yeah, I watched it, but Carthage, for Nagatoro, what was your feelings on the first couple parts of it? Like when you first were watching, what were episode 5? What were you feeling? Maybe episode 3. Let's do episode 3. Because to me, I don't mean to like stack the deck. Please tell me what you generally thought, but I didn't hear a lot of people talk about like the perspective that I kind of felt. But it may just be because I really don't like cruelty. Like I fucking really dislike, and that was one of the things that I felt like I was shocked by the show. Is like there's this weird sense of like her actually being like a little excessive. But again, maybe that's just because my perspective of things is that she was being that way. But maybe people were like, no, it's just all play fighting essentially. But she's like, she calling him worthless and shit, but she's smiling while she's doing it. So I could see that there's some sort of weird thing there. I like the show, by the way. I really like the show. I just think that I didn't like it until we got like 5 episodes in, where I just kind of accepted that this is the weird dichotomy that the relationship has. But ultimately, I was like, this seems toxic as fuck. Fuck this bitch. Okay, she's being cruel as shit. Fuck you. That was my take essentially, and I was like, this doesn't seem. Why did so many people like this? This seems just mean. And yeah, and some of y'all might be like, yeah, Grinn, we knew you would react that way, and I feel judged, okay? I feel hella judged. But no, I like the show a lot. I just think for the first couple episodes, I was like, I don't like you. You're rude. You're rude, and you're an asshole. All right, get away from me. And then you get like 5 episodes in, you're like, all right, I get it. They're like, this is just their weird relationship, essentially. But also, I thought, like, I didn't like the fact that he never had, like, a choice, it seems like. You know what I mean? Like, he just kind of had to accept that, like, hey, here's this person that keeps pursuing me and keeps fucking being cruel, but also, like, yeah, eventually becomes my friend, but, like, there was no choice in the matter in a weird way, you know? Lone Singing says, plus, the thing that happens to the main character in the anime is crazy. Like, he gets tortured. Granted, he did that to himself because of the game warned him like he is about to get 18 plus, but he got the wrong idea. Yeah, how did I? And it was bad. Yeah. Jones says, it's from the movie Venom. After he calls Venom a parasite, he doesn't seem like. Oh, I see. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Credit says, that reminds me of another series I'm reading. It's about a pro gamer in a brand new, super high tech VR MMO game that can only be played in the special suit and egg that basically makes your real life body feel like it was actually in the game. So if you run 5 miles, your real body feels like it ran 5 miles, but it doesn't. Because that was one of the anime premises that I thought was wicked. If we can ever get to this place, it'd be just rad. I don't think it's gonna happen in our generation, nor if it is even capable of happening. I do know that there's a scientific study or something that heard on a podcast where they have essentially found a way to
project, to like beam a laser in mice's mind so that they see an image, essentially. So they're able to like literally overlay an image through this mice's head, in this mouse's head. And I think, holy shit, okay. But one of the things that's always interested me about that whole idea, and a lot of shows do it, what is it, the anime called? It's like I invested all my stats into Tank or something. But that show does the same thing, where in this VR future world, they have like this underlying rule where it's like, hey, in the video game, time is perceived slower. So like you're like 10 minutes in the real world could be like a week in the game. And to me, I just think that's so fucking cool. Like you basically unlock a technological path that would give you the ability to literally live like twice the amount of lifetimes, learn 50 times more things, do more harder things if you so desire. Like it would just uncap the life expectancy limitation on people. I think it's so crazy to think about. Ooh, nope, Greyborn and spell shot. I got melee critical chance. All damage dealt. It's actually a really good class mod. Why did it have to be Graveborn? I never thought I would want to like get other class mods when I'm not playing that set class, but it happened. It happened. It is close to becoming 6. We will divvy out the save files if anybody wants them in a hot minute. Granted, I need someone to pop in the chat and be like, I want that. Otherwise, we could just be standing there and being like, oh no, because we haven't made a new save file that people could want. And we also made a killing last time with giving everyone their by made a killing, I mean just gave it a lot. Yeah, no one gave us anything. That's not true. People gave me a lot of like cool weapons, which was fun, but yeah, it was not required. Carlich says, for Nagatori, there's definitely an aspect of this might be a little mean, excessive early on, but went in knowing it was a rom-com and enjoyed it. Yeah, no, to me, I thought it was the best way I could describe it, Carthage. It was like if I were to tell you that there was a story, and in that story, that like by episode 1, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, you basically were introduced to this tiny like younger brother and this older brother, and the older brother constantly like would make fun of and was just generally mean to the little brother. But then in episodes 5 and 6 and on, then you start to see that the big brother, albeit he's kind of a dickhead, is like protects his younger brother, make sure he's okay, stands by his little brother's side, etc. To where it's not like the older brother isn't a dickhead who's still tormenting his little brother, but it does kind of make you accept that, oh, I understand why the little brother doesn't hate him or resent his older brother, because this is kind of just their weird relationship. It's not perfect, but what relationship is. And you kind of accept the baggage that comes with this person and these ideas, which is, I think, a great way to think about the show. I feel like the first couple episodes felt like innately, I hated this person, and then eventually I'm like, oh, okay, I wouldn't want this person to be in my circle, because I would be mad, but in this weird rom-com sense, I'm like, these people are fun to watch and to see how they engage with each other, and also it is wholesome. So yeah. Rudolph says, hearing all this anime, man, I gotta step it up. Well, Rudolph, a lot of us have problems. I really enjoy anime for the ideas and such, and I think a lot of people do. So I tend to watch a lot. I still haven't watched the Nathan Drake Uncharted movie that just came out with what's his name. Although I still feel like even like I walked by and I seen people watching it today, that Uncharted movie. And I still feel like I can't look at that one actor and not see Spider-Man. So even though I know he's probably like a charming Nathan Drake, I'm like, this is weird. This is weird for me. I don't know what it is. I see him as the spider guy, you know? Jones says, I have a Berserker and a Clawbringer of that class mod. Ooh, really? With the same, like, the reason why that one was a little cracked was because of the attack scaling and whatnot. That's awesome, Justin. Or Jones, sorry, Jones. I see Justin, I think of Justin. I know a lot of people who are Justins in my life, so that's why I was a little confused. God that says, yes, in the book, the suit and egg make you stay put, so your body doesn't actually move. Main character comes out at the end of each game session like, my body is aching. Why did I do this to myself for the first week? That's awesome. A little savage says, Grinn, now have you watched Assassination Classroom? Is it worth watching? Depends on what you like. I think it is one of the best animes in general. It's just super useful. Like, and I rarely say that about shows, but it literally is built, I think, on the idea of if you didn't have very good if you never had really good people to look up to in your life, I feel like it does a really good job at actually like giving you good solid things to live by, and like good, it makes sense of things and it's very clear. But yeah, I think Assassination Classroom is actually like one of the more beautiful stories out there. Granted, it's some people see it as a little bit repetitive, because it kind of is just like, the whole premise is like this, it's crazy anime premise, but the idea is that this teacher is giving life lessons to each one of the students, and it takes a lot of time and care in unraveling all of those students to where at the end you basically have a great brevity of knowledge about just about everything, all of them. But it's again, it's one of the ones that I feel like if you're able to finish it, you'll think of it as like one of the better shows you've ever watched. But it is, again, there's that feeling of sometimes it being like, oh, okay, we're doing the same like life lesson thing again. It is crazy. It isn't interesting. I personally love it to bits. It's up there in my like top 5, just because I didn't have a good experience at schools, and I only had like, I think everyone can relate to having a really shitty teacher that didn't give a shit, and then having a really, really good teacher that cared too much, and etc. I think that show really nails that emotional sentiment, and its ending is one that actually is good, and it hurts a little bit, but it's good. And it's worth experiencing, I think. But yeah, no, I think it'd be worth watching. Granted, that's a interesting one, because it's not the one that I would suggest to everybody, even though it's really useful. Like, again, the things it talks about is great, but I just wonder if, yeah. Let's go with, what are we doing? Oh, SMGs. We haven't found a really great one yet. Oh man, I want to get a shotgun too. Carthage says, it's the trope of nobody picks on the person, but yeah. Well, I think it's also the trope of like, I think it's 2 tropes, Carthage. I think it's one of them is that I don't know how to express my emotions, so I'm going to lash out in whatever way I need to. You know, like a little kid punching like a girl when he's like 5 years old because he has no idea how to express himself, and the fact that he actually really likes his person, so he's like, fuck emotions, retaliate or something. But also I think, and this is a big thing that I don't know if this is my like stupid super analytical nonsense brain going ham, but the idea is the essentially I think there's a deep lesson or like inference within Nagatori that showed that it talks to the effect of people basically looking, human beings react to people's expression, like extroverts, introverts, extroverts seemingly gain a lot from people's communication skills and all that. But say if you, just everybody, doesn't have to be introvert or extrovert, say if you went up to somebody and you tried to talk to them and they were just completely stone-faced, they didn't give you anything, they were just like numb. What is the likelihood that you would come back to them and talk to them again if they just never gave you any sort of emotional thing, they barely ever talked to you, they gave you one-word answers? It's really low. Maybe you'd come back 2 or 3 times, but eventually you'd be like, man, this person's just not giving me anything. You know what I mean? So then people walk away. So there's an argument for, okay, human beings feed off of expression, like the notion of being interested and being interesting in other people, etc. People who make you feel that way, people who you feel you can make that way. But largely in that show, I find that one of the things that they talk to is this idea of, well, what if somebody got like an extrovert high? It's this super surge of energy and emotion by getting a heavy reaction from a person. And then I think they also play with that idea of, well, what if a person kept having this like super extrovert high, where as soon as they get a huge reaction, even if it's negative, like, you know, tearing up or clearly being embarrassed or flustered, people feed off of that energy and they're like, holy shit, I feel like I'm on cloud 9. And then eventually, this is something within human psychology as well, that when people start receiving something from people, like this overwhelming sense of emotion or like satisfaction or contentness, people oftentimes to pay it forward. Like, it's weird to feel like there's an imbalance of, oh, I'm getting a lot out of this relationship, but yet I'm giving nothing. In fact, sometimes that can be corrosive to a relationship because you feel inadequate and that eats you alive. But in this show, I think it's passively it's playing off of that idea of making this weird kind of sense where it slowly starts to put things out in that way, and then she starts to actually like befriend him and like stick up for him and like make a point to like hunt him out within like because she's constantly pursuing him. So to me, it's like, oh, okay, I feel like eventually at some point they deviate and they actually start doing that. They start like, there's this sentiment of this person trying to give back because she's getting a lot out of the reaction idea of it, like feeding off of extroversion, this reaction that she's benefiting from. But yeah. Carly says, oh, spoiler alert for the manga of Nagatoro. I won't read this. I'll read it, but I won't say it out loud. Yeah, it's getting a spin-off. Interesting. Wait, what? I can read this. Yeah, I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. It's been announced that it's getting a spin-off sequel. Takes place after guy proposes to girl, but before the wedding. Basically, the engagement time period. Hell yeah. Dude, that sounds awesome. That sounds fucking lit, dude. Oh, I'm so fucking hyped. That's so cool. Is that announced? Or speculate? No, it's announced. Hell yeah. No, that sounds awesome. That's so much of this story bullshit where you always get like the stupid nonsense. Their kids are fucking screaming at each other, or like they're just emotional wrecks. So to see them later in life where they're like, no, where it's a whole other medium. That's fucking awesome, dude. That sounds awesome. I can't wait. Especially with like, hopefully he's not the fucking baby. I want him to be, yeah. It is official, yeah, perfect, okay. It's a spoiler in a way that maybe it's obvious that that he proposed. Yeah, that's surprising. I would say there's no doubt that like that's the whole premise. It's like a rom-com romance. So if they were just like, yeah, and we just grew apart, it'd be like, what the fuck? That just would make the whole first half of the series reductive. Like, why the fuck should I watch all this? It just meant nothing. Okay, maybe I care too much, but yeah. Companion turn to pixies. Only if it was. I just need something with a high pellet count and pixies, and ideally a decent crit chance. Although that may be asking too much. Damn you! That one's at least times 2. Has a trash thing, a trash amount of stuff. Nope, it's not a pixie. We're looking for Furior. Explodes after reloading. Dip it, ooh, we gotta try that one out. Yeah. It's not a great critical chance, but it is more or less what we want. Also, am I the only one that my like bank vault lags like crazy whenever I go into it? Because I always have max capacity because I'm a hoarder. Ugh. I keep getting the damn dark, like the black hole one. I don't get any. Oh wait, there we go. I don't know what the best prefix in that, but that's volatile, so it's a little bit better. Hydra companion. No. Fragmented rain of enchantment. What is that? Nothing burns like cold. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, if I see it, I can tell. All right. Well, we didn't look at all of it, but we got one out of it worth. What's good, Neo? Neo says, is there a Fear Not pixie gun with dark magic or dark damage? I've been trying to get one forever. Neo, I have one in my possession that was given to us by a lovely individual called Aggro. And essentially, how he got it is crazy, but basically, at the beginning of the Wonderlands, there was a kind of an exploit in the game that allowed you to reroll vending machines like constantly, like back to front constantly. And he said that him and his friends were doing that for like 4 days straight, and eventually they found one of these, which was a Fear Not that happened to be ×2, and of course dark magic. And yeah, so I trust him. But again, I always, in every build, I always give people the one that everyone has, which is the cryo one. But granted, this is like absurdly rare. But yeah, if you feel uncomfortable with whatever's happening or like etc., you just use the cryo one. But yeah. But I think it makes sense. Yeah, I just think it's rare. But yeah. Dude. Also, it would be weird for like Fear Nots to come in just about every element but dark magic, because I don't think anything in the game really has that weird isolation of it, you know? Carly says, Grinn, you missed a joke I told. What happened? What happened? Where was it? He sometimes misses comments. If it goes on, you can repost. Yes. Joan says he missed my comment about the villain too. He'll get to it eventually, I hope. Yeah. Also, that's one of the things that's always shocked me is like I have to pause the game, jump over to a different monitor, and scroll back up. Where you could just copy your previous comment, chuck that bitch in the thing, hit enter again, and I'll be like, there it is, the new comment, and I'll read it. So it takes way more effort for me to scroll up and find John's comment. Let me see. Yeah, or what was it? Carthage says it's the trope of nobody pick on this person but me. Yeah, or the villain as Harry Potter. Damn, this big sus. What, Johns, what is it referring to? There we go. I have a Blizzard and Clawbringer of a class mod. And this is replying, and then he says, yeah, or a villain. I'm lost. See, this is the problem also with telling me to go back, is if it's not, like when you have to repost it, it oftentimes be like, does this make sense given the context is way past? No, I should give context really quick. And then boom, we're cooking. Okay, my voice fucking completely shattered. I feel so cool right now. Oh shit. Anyways, I am a 25-year-old man. Thank you very much. Great. Oh fuck, I didn't plug in. That should be fine. I have to cut my hair today and plug in my razor. Contact, repost it, but yeah, card got me. Jones says, yeah, that's fine. Neo says, so just gotta grind. More thanks. I mean, I think to me it would be shocking if it didn't, because again, that's my logic. So if my logic makes sense to you, then sure. But also I would hate for there to be some sort of weird, like if there's only a way to get this special variant because there was an innate glitch with vending machines at the time, which if just you kept rolling, they could break in a way that gave you the thing. Maybe. I don't think that's how it happened. And it would be excessively weird for them to not come in dark magic, but come in every other element. But maybe. So I just want to be careful. I want you to invest 60 hours and then be like, what the fuck? I think Yodi Slayer did that back in the day with the Infinities. And I do not want to have a part in that. Love Yodi Slayer, I'm just saying. Yeah. But Neo, I could drop you this one. We're about to, yeah, it's 6. We're about to start dropping stuff. You just got to send me a friend request on this, and I'll drop you this one right here. Okay, we're about to start dropping stuff, but granted, yeah, I don't know. What should we do then? Because we need to kind of just hang out. I guess I'll farm a boss. Farm some boss. Yeah. Also, can somebody look up for me how? Okay, so there's a shield called the Afterburner, I think. Can somebody look up for me? What if there's a person that drops that? If not, we may just have to do the Chaos Chambers. But that's like I'll have to back out. That'll be like a long time. I guess it'll give people a run up to like drop a save file. Yeah. Also, we could probably take no curses and just blitzkrieg it fast. Okay, I gotta use the washroom. Talk among yourself. Okay. Axiom says, I've been a bit busy, but a few minutes I can show you the class mod I made. My perfect normal class mod. What does that mean? Does that mean it's modded? I'm lost. Getting mixed signals. Rapapaka says, Repost. Speaking of Spider-Man, why didn't Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man play Pokemon? Because he can never catch them all. Speaking of Spider-Man, why did Andrew Garfield Spider-Man play Pokemon? What? Why didn't Andrew Garfield play Pokemon? Because he couldn't catch them all. What? Speaking of Spider, why didn't Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man play Pokemon? I feel like, is Andrew Garfield necessary in this? I feel like you just need the why didn't he play Pokemon and you could insert anybody. Speaking of Robert Downey Jr., why didn't Robert Downey Jr. play Pokemon? Because he could never catch. What? What? Oh, because the bitch cracked her head. Right. Sorry. She's actually awesome. Emma Stone's like probably the most attractive person. Anyways. But yeah, that makes sense. It adds up. I thought I was locked on the Andrew Garfield as... You didn't say Spider-Man, okay? I was more on like Andrew Garfield as a person, not like thinking about Spider-Man and how he fucking let the girl's head smash the ground and couldn't catch them all. Anyway. Neo says, oh, just gonna grind. Justin Jones says the movie you were talking about was Spider-Man. I wasn't talking about the Andrew Garfield, I was talking about the new Spider-Man guy. So that was, it's like a whole thing. Axiom says very, very, very normal mod. Yes. I don't trust you. I'm also not sure how I'm going to see it, Axiom. I'm going to post in the Discord. Otinga says, also, Grinn, I got a new game in the mail today. What is it? What game you playing? Rudolph says, invite me, Grinn. It's Ronald. I have the Afterburner shield if you want. Oh, really? Fucking shit. Golly. Ronald's the goddamn Santa Claus. Okay. Boom. Also, Ronald, your name is Rudolph? God damn these names. I'm all over the place. Axiom says, I'll drop it for you. Look at it a bit, but not pick up. But by joining your... Oh, I see. I mean, okay. Okay. I feel like I'm dealing with a drug dealer right now. Also, the person... I gotta fix the way that looks. That looks like it's barely hanging on, essentially. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, just as a general question for the channel. I have... So our Grinn channel is now being... Oh, also, Carter, did you see the shit that we're moving over? We have a bunch of new channels and shit. What do you think? I think I already talked to you about this, maybe. I don't remember. But... I wanted to say, what was I saying? So our Grinn channel is now like an archive channel for our streams, as well as whatever like video I want to make. I think I'll put the what do you call it? Any open world kind of game there as well, just to kind of keep the one channel Brothers Grinn kind of streamlined. What's good, Sparks? Throw those rocks. Fuck you. Dodge it. Thank you so much. But anyways, so I basically wanted to ask you guys, when do you think I should upload the stream archive videos on, like, so we're taking our Twitch streams and uploading them on YouTube. I think I want to do it the following week just because there's a weird time delay where you can't upload stuff within a 2-day span or something when you've just streamed it on YouTube or on Twitch, sorry. So I need to give myself at least 2 days. So then I just think, well, why not just wait until next Saturday and Sunday to upload the previous week's Saturday and Sunday stream, I guess. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. But I was wondering, do you think I should just all upload both on Sunday? Get them out. That way I'm not like spamming feeds with like these incredibly long videos. Or do you think I should upload each day? Like, so upload the Saturday one Saturday, upload the Sunday one Sunday. I was also thinking maybe we could use those as our announcements for streams currently going on. It'll be a little weird of a stream. I'll have to start it with that. I don't know. That might work. Maybe. Well, I could weirdly do that. I guess that would be like, I'd have to, yeah, I guess I could, that's weird. Oh, also, hello, Ronald. There it is. God damn it, my inventory is always full. Which one? There was the one that was volatile. That was ×2 though. I don't think it scales the damage though, right? I don't know. I got a cool black hole weapon though. There it is. Yes. Hell yeah. And I got this. I got this one. Where is it? Where are you, you son of a bitch? I got the Fate Breaker. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good enough, but hopefully good. Also, I don't know if it will heal us enough. Rudolph says, "Have you seen the Dark Magic Snake?" No, I haven't. Did you upload the video clip? Oh, yet? I have not. You guys gotta at me. I mean, if you did, I'm so sorry. I thought I did. Yeah. Also, sometimes people at me in the same place, so I end up losing it. But no, is this the current build you got with the one that's the snake one? Because we could go kill the one per. Oh wait, no, this is it. Oh no, I just dropped that anyway. So dropped me nothing. Do you have the snake build currently going? We could go. Yeah, let me see. If you're down, let me see. I want to see if the Dark Magic Snake. Axiom says Fatebreaker is good in a shock as well as Dark Magic, so you don't need a Dark Magic one. Dark Magic Snake stick doesn't exist. Gotcha. I think he has a cryo one though. I thought. Yeah, I just want to see if this is the build, Rudolph. Is this the Dark Magic build you're working on? Because I want to see how it deals with the one guy, Tree Man. Because I think you have a cryo. You have a cryo dark one. Nice. Oh, so it says also, man. Yeah, absolutely. No one's asked to drop stuff yet, so I'm waiting. Yeah, waiting for someone to be like, Grinn. Rudolph says, "Oh, okay. Is this the build? Is it ready to rock?" I'm sorry if you don't want to show it yet. I understand. To me, I want to see if your beautiful, hot, crazy mind was able to pull something out. Axiom says they are only in cryo, poison, fire, and shock. Weird. Maybe there's a lot of weirdness. Maybe with the pixie pistols, maybe there is that weird exclusion of dark magic. It seems so weird though. Why would dark magic be excluded? Just especially when there's like SMGs that provide the same value. That's weird. Very weird. Let us go down here and see. So this is Ronald. This is his one build. He's not meleeing yet. He's gonna get in. I wonder. Oh, no, now he's meleeing. Oh, so were you detonating the? Yeah, you're detonating those like the swords. So do those count as detonations for your hydras? That's pretty good, especially with where like 2-player scaling. So it'd be even better. Interesting. I wonder. Yeah. Cause I wonder how you were like summoning hydras without meleeing him. So I wonder did your projectiles scale and like actually output the hydras when they impact? Do they count as melee damage when they eventually hit? Or maybe I was misseeing something. Or maybe you were using a spell that put down hydras. It looked great, Ronald. Well done. That's a good build. Let's go back to the thing, Ron. I'm not sure if you want to play it, Ronald. It's okay if you don't. But it would be cool if we could too as well. Because yeah. But don't feel obligated. Just wait. I'm logging and gotcha. Carly says, I think it depends on how much you do things on the channel in a single day. I remember hearing somewhere that if you interact more than 3 times with the viewer in a single day, you start appearing less in your followers. Like if you stream on the channel, then post a stream VOD in the same day, that counts as 2 interactions. Yeah, that makes sense. I also think it's less about that, Carthage. Well, I think that's right, but I think it's the way the system values your interaction. So I think what it is it's like you're basically you're having more instances of people not engaging with the content that you previously engaged with, and therefore it signals to the system that that the person wants less of that content because it's interacted with only one of those and you've uploaded 3, so you're at a loss, and then it starts pushing those things. If that makes any sense. Rudolph says, I'm done. Nice. Those things right here. Invite. So if the stream, so if 2 stream videos are the only thing that's going on in the channel on Sunday, it should be fine. But if you plan on doing more a post on one Saturday than other on Sunday, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So I also just like don't post YouTube videos on Sunday if I do make a random Let It Die or open world game kind of video. Makes sense. Makes sense. What's this? Oh, god damn. God, stop it. Pixie. What is this one? Chaotic? Ooh, Frost as well? I'll try to grab that one too. Give me a sec. I gotta drop my trash. I got a lot of the melee weapons already duped, so I don't need these actually. Actually, we'll go with this. Do this and go. We're ready to go. Lone Syndicate says, "All right, hit me with it," and I got you. Carthage says, "Yeah, more interactions on the channel side in a single day equals less important." Yeah. Also, I think it's just to me there's such a big thing within that, but also. I find, like, again, it hit me quicker than I was expecting, but, like, it also sucks because we went such a long time without there being, like, really anything to engage with. But then all at once, there was, like, hey, we can make a video on the dev diaries for Deathverse. That'd be fun. Okay. I want to do that. Also, I want to make a video on like, the new trailer for Saints Row, because I love the Saints Row series. Shit. And now I'm like, well, those videos don't really correlate in the realm of, like, Wonderlands or FPS games in any way. So you're kind of like, oh, fuck. Shit. So then you're like, okay. And then that's where I was like, thank God I gave myself a little out in the future where I was like, hey, our brothers, or our main channel is going to be our, like, kind of hotbed for random testing as well. And thank God I said that because, yeah, really quick I was like, yeah, so we're not just going to use that as streaming. I don't know why I like seeing like thousands of these little things orbit around that person. Where are we done? Nice. Easy peasy. Buff buddies. Boom. Luke says, "Can I join?" Absolutely, Luke. What do we got? Luke, what is your name in the game? There you are. You're just Luke. Invite. We'll give you a minute to join. Ooh, Carthage, what's the next game you're looking forward to? Carthage says, literally the only reason I have not bought this game is because I know I'd really want to play with people. I know back in North America, but my internet here in Taiwan is utter crap. And playing with people not in Taiwan would cause so much lag that I would be in front. Yeah, it'd be pretty rough. That's true. But I do think, especially with, like, I don't know, to me, with all these companies kind of turning on, what is it called? The not crossplay. Yeah, crossplay. That's exactly what it is. All the people turning on crossplay, I feel like it's going to induce people having that same outcome, essentially, of giving people the like, it's going to put so much strain on, like, multi-country kind of region-based reception that I can see that being a positive outcome eventually. I'm not sure when, but I think to me it makes sense that it could happen sooner rather than later, I suppose. But at least that's what you'd hope. At least what I'd hope. I would love to be able to play with people all over the world, and not be restricted by that stuff. And it's weird that sometimes they do the Asia servers and all that stuff. Damn you, break. There we go. Climb. What is this?
It's the one that you get bonuses when standing still like an asshole. What the fuck? I hate that shield more than anything. It's just a why. Who? What? Why do you want to stand? What? Gugh. Granted, there's a lot of instances where you actually want to stand still, but who does that? Who does that? Disgusting. Anyway, this. Lil Savage says, I don't think I need anything else as a save file till the Spore Warden build can update. That's fair. Yeah, I gotta make that. My thing is that I think after we make this one, I think that's what I'm gonna work on, is just try to refine the previous builds we've made and give like previous refinements on them. But right now, man, this I need it. I need to beat it. I need to beat this stupid fucking problem. The fucking melee problem. And it's funny because I feel like the way we're gonna have to solve it is by in no way using melee, which sucks. I think we're just gonna have to scale elemental damage like fucking crazy. And utilize, I think like but I'm also going back down to ground level 1, which is like I'm gonna have to look at Clawbringer and see if there's any way that I can like scale up sufficient damage in such a way that gets you to kind of use it. The only thing that I haven't tested is doing the magic build with like melee scaling with spell shots, but instead of using the one ability, what is it called, the like the literal magic wand, instead using the, what is it called? It's the magic mace, whatever that's called, the mace. Yeah. Also, I think that would synergize weirdly better with just the nature of Graveborn. It's just it sucks because like I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to keep using spell shot. Oh, do you guys want to do the thing? We can do the thing if you want. Oh, yeah. I just always find it's faster, especially when you're doing co-op, to just ignore, oh, shit, to just ignore the raid bosses because the time it takes to do them is just too long. In comparison, I think just running it, again and again and again. But we can do it. Also, my weapons are always shit for doing this. Shoot them, please. Oh, we all fucking screwed that. Jesus Christ. Where did it go? Over here. My weapon is not the good for doing this. Oh. Also, Carthage, how long do you have to stay in there? Because I feel like it's psychotic to think about, but I think it's been like almost a year and a half. Maybe my perception of time is that warped after like the COVID nightmare years, etc. Hey, we did it. Good. Fuck. Damn it, barrels suck so hard, dude. Thank you. Thank you, people. Ronald. Stop it. Stop it. This damn barrel. Nope. None of that. Gimme. Stop it. You're gonna die. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna fucking, what the man? That dot just eats you alive. What a nightmare hell. I just die slow. You don't want to pick me up, little man? Nothing? We just die? Great. Great. Barrels. Barrels are the best. Who'd have thought? There's also no loss. Like when we finish the encounter, all barrels should just get nixed out of the, because we just do this. We don't lose any points by dying here. It's just like, yeah. It's just like, no, you fucking idiot. Like, how dare you? Carthage says, yes, I haven't been paying much attention to much of the gaming world because of my internet speeds and focused on books. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it makes sense. You seem like you're going buck wild. Buck wild with them books. But also I appreciate it because I also get to like passively look at them through you. Rudolph says, Pixies is awesome for co-op play. Yeah, man. But Pixies are just, it's just such a nice idea in general. But also, man, like to me, oh man, you guys have no idea. Every single patch or hotfix, I'm sitting there like, is this the day that they make the worst choice ever? And it's not because Pixies, I think Pixies should be scaled down, that's fine. But what I don't like is that the whole reason why people were using Pixies is not just because, what do you call it? They hit hard. It's because they scale off of multiple things, and that's so nice. Like the fact that, again, I really am hoping that in the next couple patches, if they do nuke anything, they also are like, hey, we're gonna give, what is it called? We're gonna give, what is it called?
Yeah, so like there's the shotgun that shoots out like an X blade, and I think it's literally called something blade or something. But if that weapon, the one that literally looks like it shoots out like blade tethers, that one should absolutely scale off of melee damage. And the fact that it doesn't is just like fucking annoying. And it'd be so cool if a lot of the gimmicky weapons scale off like ability damage, but we have yet to get anything like that. And I'm just like, man, it just makes things so insane. Like, again, the fact that like melee damage, there's like no weapon, nothing that scales off. I thought someone said Blade Dance or Blade Storm scales off of melee damage. If it does, it's so minuscule that you can't even tell, which is awful. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's pain. Okay, I see you. Calm down. This. There we go. Also, has anyone seen the new Fantastic Beasts movie? Is that out yet? I heard someone talking about it. Big Harry Potter fan here. Even those ones I think is fun. Actually, I think Newt, the guy in that show, is actually much better of a character than Harry Potter, because Harry Potter is kind of a nothing burger, generally speaking. But also, you grew up with him, so it makes sense why people care for him more. You know, I get that whole bit. I get that whole bit, is what I said. I mumbled. Luke says, my jog is pick up the skulls. Your job is to pick up the skulls? Okay. Yeah, I haven't even mapped out. You mean the skulls that give you like extra crystals? Yeah, I haven't even mapped out that yet. Toothless. No melee damage for us. Axiom says, okay, I'm ready to join. Axiom, do you want, is there enough space? I don't think I think you waited a little bit too long, Axiom. Hopefully one of these days we can play together though. But we do this every Sunday, so yes. But oh my god, what the fuck? Why? Stop hitting barrels. It's just a word. Why didn't we go through? God fuck. Anyways, man. It's the worst. It's just like a troll farm for people to do this to themselves and others. Carthage says, I'm supporting. I'm supposed to stay until January 2019. 29. Oh, actually, that's not that bad. Well, it's still a couple of, like 5 months away, no, but still, that's significantly, yeah. Also, our current build is actually really unoptimal, or not unoptimal, but our pistol basically has no enchantment that's good for us on it. It has no on spell casket cry or anything like that, which is quite good. Especially considering we're having a spell. Barrels are the best. I'm happy about them always and forever. It's also such an unsatisfying way of dying. But Gearbox is like, it's so fucking good. We'll keep them in all the games. And it's like, Gearbox, these do nothing to the enemies. And that only makes people frustrated. Okay, but they're like, oh, we'll keep them in the game. I'm like, stop it. Just stop it. And they refuse. Crossblade, that's exactly what it is, yeah. Crossblade or so, I think Crossblade. Sword Explosion to me, I think, is just a fundamentally like lunatic weapon. Where like you have to stack a bunch of bullets into one enemy. It doesn't fire fast, and then you have a little pop of a blade that comes up that scales a little bit off of melee damage. But it just takes forever to do the thing, and you're never fighting. Like, it's a good bossing weapon maybe, but like other than that, you need a weapon that can engage, boom, move, and constantly keep going to the next target. So for me, Sword Explosion is just a sad weapon, because it's such a cool, iconic weapon that it was like the point of Sword Explosion was that it was literally an explosive, messy weapon. Literally a sword explosion. Now it's like a pike launcher that summons a sword. Should not be called Sword Explosion. It could be like a summon sword or something, but it's not a sword explosion at all. No explosion happens. It's just a giant ethereal blade that stabs the enemy, and it takes so long to stack up enough swords to where you actually get a damage output. It's disgusting. Crossblade literally has the blade in the name, but doesn't scale off of that. Thank you for starting it before so I could ramble. Carthage says, I can list off a series of names, but it would be way more topical than I have energy for to type this synopsis of the name. Yeah, it's true. Carthage reads some far out there books. If you ever want to, I think Carthage uploads them in the Share Your Grinn tab, usually, which is all the like premises of his books. He usually ats me in them, and that's where I catch up on all of the things that Carthage is currently reading, which I actually quite enjoy. Granted, a lot of the time, sometimes I don't have the time to read them, which is why I get to them a little bit late, but I always get to them.
Usually. There might be a time when that is harder to do, but I'll always make an effort. Grinn shot a barrel and blew me up. A vengeance will be mine. I didn't do anything. You misseen something. You're a liar. Okay. If it happened, I didn't see it and I wasn't aware of it. Okay. Doesn't mean my actions I'm not accountable for them, but I you know, I don't want to be responsible for them. I might be. I don't want to. Axiom says, I really wish self-damage had a health gating. Yeah, man. Yeah. Is there health gating in this game? I think there is, but I also think it's just sometimes very messy. Like, everything in this game seems to be... Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. Like, the amount of times that it seems like dark magic healing just stops healing you. Either that or it gets, like... Maybe it's like the dark magic particle gets lost or hits a wall and then doesn't get to you. And then despawns. Maybe, but I don't know. Feels like that doesn't happen, you know? Axiom says, I don't want to play, I just want to show you an item, so I just wanted to join really quick, show you something, and then leave. We can do it at the end of the stream, because right now we're kind of having a momentum thing. Actually, maybe yeah, because yeah, we'll do it at the end of the stream if you can hold out for that, Axiom. If you can't, I understand, but yeah, it'd be weird for me to like kick somebody, get you to join, get them to join. We'll just wait till the end of the stream when we're already winding down, you know? Also, goddammit, that tether thing is the one thing that'll end you. Oh, that's so cool! What? Who has that? And does it come back fast? Whoever has that slow fall meteor, does that come back fast or nah? Or is it like painfully slow? Or like is it on such a long cooldown? Because if it's not, can you drop that for me? Can I dupe it for us real quick? Because that would be really fun for our one build, I think, our melee build. Not like it's good, but just give another way for people to engage with stuff like that. What is this? Spellblade, Anarchy. What is that? Blazing Spellblade. It's a fireblade, huh? Are we ready to go? I think so. Axiom says, when is the stream gonna end? I need to eat in about... Yeah, we end at 7, so we got half an hour more. We usually end at 7 p.m. So we have literally 30. It's 6:33 for me right now. So Luke says, I will leave soon. Okay, so maybe we'll do that then. So that won't actually be the problem then. Perfect. It's probably sooner than that. Carthage says he usually streams for goes, yeah, another 30 minutes. Carthage fucking way ahead of me. Big brain. We miss you, Carthage. We miss you a lot. Although our boy Fluff is in a bad go of it. He's currently dealing with kidney stones, which just seems like a goddamn nightmare. Ugh. Carthage says, your time is wrong, Grinn. It's 8:34 a.m. Motherfuck. That's just insane, Carthage. Oh my god. Look how cool that meteor. Meteor sucks ass. It's like, oh shit, oh shit. It's like fighting the gravity of the other one. Oh shit, oh shit. Ah, we're okay. Somehow we made it out alive. Somebody's hitting like a truck over here. Don't know who that is, but keep doing it. Easy peasy. And we're done. Go get the... Thank you. Good job, Lone Syndicate. Ooh, crystals be scattered everywhere. Frustrating when you can't pick them up. Axiom says those meteors have quite a slow cooldown. Yeah, but so that's the one other thing I was wondering about meteors. Is it like a prefix thing? So is it possible to just get like the... Oh, also, what is this? Oh, that's the one with that. Okay, that's fine. But is it possible to get a prefix... also, what's good, Charlie? Good to have you, Charlie.
So for the meteorite spells, is like one of the prefixes the one that has like a really low cooldown, but like lessens the damage, but has a really low cooldown, like 10 seconds. Does that one overwrite the possibility of getting that cooldown prefix with the like big ass slow dropping meteorite? Does it work in that way? What is this? Enemies deal melee damage. The shield sucks so much, man. At least in my experience, it's been bad. All damage converted to dark magic damage. Companion damage to that. Spell damage. War delay, movement speed. Maybe. Graveborn and spell shot. No. We want. We'll get more SMGs, I guess. Even though we found got a couple, frankly. Also, yeah, with 20k. So much points. Luke says, no, it's... Oh, God, am I going to die? No, we're okay. Luke says, no, it's 21:34 p.m. Goddamn military time, people. How could you? Charlie says, hey, what's up? What's good, Charlie? How are you, buddy? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Charlie says, I'm so fucking surprised I haven't had my kidney stone yet. I drank way too much soda back in 2015 and 2017. I just feel bad for Flo because it doesn't seem like he was doing much wrong, honestly. He said he was just eating no, he said he had a toothache, and because of COVID weirdness, he wasn't able to make it to the dentist, so he was basically sucking down Advil quite a bit. And yeah, apparently that maybe had the net result in him basically having this it was hard on his kidneys, I think. But damn, it seemed damn painful. Yeah, I've heard like everybody say that like kidney stones are one of the worst pains ever. Like war veterans who have seen horrible pain, have been shot at and been like hurt immensely. They're like, no, kidney stones is awful. It's a special kind of horrific pain. So I'm doing my best to hopefully avoid that future at all possible costs. But you know, sometimes you can't. Oh, that's the melee damage one. I think that's the one we actually got to drop. ×4 explodes on impact. More dark magic things. What about this one? I really wish I could get that a Furior that has that barrel that has I don't know. To me, like, it's weird in Wonderlands. The barrels kind of define the gun's like unique effect in a way. At least the purples. Which again, it's crazy that like purples are more unique than legendaries at this point. Especially with the bullet pattern and stuff like that. Okay, so I don't think I can see that much. Also, oh, okay. Graveborn and Spore Warden. Movement speed, gun speed. That's great. What's that one? Graveborn, spell shock, all that stuff. That sounds awesome as well. Companion damage, gun damage, critical hit chance. Fuck, man, that's a lot of stacked skills. I gotta take that on principle. If you're not gonna take it, it seems insane. We'll get some more weapons maybe. I think we got a lot of the melee weapons that we kind of need, but I guess we'll see if we can find anything else. Loziga says, my bad, Grinn, 25 typos. What do you mean? It's all good. If I got there, I got there. It's okay. Luke says, I tried the armor stand. Charlie says, did I miss the drop? No, Charlie, we can do the thing. Do you want, yeah, you're like the only person who came in here who was interested in it. Yeah, I can drop for you. What is it, the magic one that you want? Because I can drop that for you. Yeah. Probably do that the last minute. This will be our last. This will be our only. I'll see what Axiom's thing is, and then we'll drop the thing for Charlie. Are we good with that, Charlie? Also, which one do you want? Also, make sure to send me a shift friend request. Okay, right there. Axiom says cooldown modifies on spell is only X09, so it's not gonna make much of a difference anyway. Axiom said even with 3 cooldown rolls, if I understand what you're asking. I don't know. I don't think that's right, because to me it seemed like it was like a prefix. Like some things can be summoned in like hits repeating times and stuff like that. But yeah. Carthage says, I drank about 3 liters of soda every day in 2015 and 2017. I drank K nearly the most, or I don't drink anywhere near that most that anymore. But I do still drink a decent amount frequently. Yeah, man, I remember Carthage. That was like Carthage lore right there. Carthage was like constantly drinking Dr. Pepper like all the time, and I was like, man, are you okay? And he's like, I'm fine, living my best life, Grinn. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I just think it's a lot. And I'm like, okay, but Carthage always seems to be in good spirits, I suppose. Maybe it's a bad analogy for like, hey, a happy life, maybe a short but a happy life. And I hate that because I want to be in the presence of Carthage for a good bit. All right, selfish as that is, I understand, but yeah. What is this? Fate Breaker Cleave? No, thank you. What is this? Volatile? That? Yeah. Fate Breaker this. Cleave. The peg leg? No. Ooh, what's this? It was Primordial, one of them. Or was that? There it is. Consecutive hits. What is it? It's just a swift attacking weapon. Melee attack, critical damage, 1000k, good attack speed. We'll grab that, I guess. We'll try it. Might be good, might be shit, who knows? We still have 5k to burn. I don't know. Holy shit! Look at all of it! There's so much! Graveborn spell shot, health. The crazy damage one. Looked awesome. I hate the standing still mods. They just make me sad. There's still a lot of gear. We'll put the last 5k into these. Maybe we'll find one in there. Axiom says, by the way, Grinn, the modded item should what modded item should I make next? My only idea so far is to make a shield with 100% all elemental resistance and gun damage with really fast reload speed. I have no idea, man. I feel like that's something we're gonna probably get into in probably like 4 months, when like eventually there's just like, if we keep hitting DLCs that are like 15 minutes long, we don't even have to play them. Yeah. Then I'll be like, yeah, let's look at the modding community because they're our only hope at this point. But you know, hopefully they respond in a way that makes sense. What's good? Dadman says, hi, what's good, Dadman? How are you? Let's rest. Boom. Okay, let's go see. I really wish they gave you the option of bat around legendaries. It'd be so nice, just so I kind of clear things out. Hopefully, you don't chuck them a mile, but it'd be nice just to kind of not have them all stacked like this. When you do have like a run with a 25k or something. Ooh, is this? Ooh, it's a companion pixie. It's only if it was ×2 we might take it. Basically, just for a pixie that has a shit ton of projectiles. It just has a stat stick for Executioner's Blade. But we have gotten a little bit unlucky with this. Chaotic, explodes a hold weapon, all that. Wait, what's that? Whenever I see Cry, I'm like, ugh! But then it's also disappointing, and I'm sad. Rot, all that. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Great one spell shot. I'll just spell damage on that at least. Golly, so much. Are we ready to go, boys? I think so. Well, no, Luke might be still getting after. Luke's still getting after. Be patient. Hydrate. One of those. Axiom says the problem with that is that you would run out of ammo instantly, even if it's 1 ammo per shot. Because Taiwan doesn't have Dr. Pepper. It makes me sad. Although your heart is probably like, thank God, saved by a happen chance. Axiom says, oh yeah, I need to make a loot luck necklace, amulet. That would be fun. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be I'm sure that'd be a lot of something that people would be interested in, just because like it would just amplify your speed of getting good actual dropped gear. I think that'd be fun. I've seen that thing on the Nexus at one point. Man, I was hoping that the Nexus would like also drop non how do I put it? Gear that was maybe like Gib save edited to exist, but would drop in the game. If that makes any sense. But none of them have done it. It's all like, here's the most cracked weapon ever that has like insane scaling values, and I'm like, well, that's all right. All right. That's so cool of an attack, by the way. When everyone's done, come stand by the door so I can tell. Damon says feeling metric fuck ton better. Nice, Damon. Love to hear it. Hopefully that stays the course. Carthage says that was a pathetic high five. It was supposed to be cringy. There we go. Solid. Luke says, no, Luke, take your time, buddy. No one's here to take your time. You're all good. Yeah. You waited for us. Well, yeah, absolutely wait for you. Ooh, that tea is so good, man. Oh, but what do you call it? I want to say Lone Syndicate. I ended up looking. So I'm really like, I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. I want to watch Reincarnated as a Diplomat, or the World's Finest Assassin Reincarnated as a Diplomat. I want to watch that one. Are we good? We ready to go? I want to watch that one, but then I thought, oh, there was that anime that you were telling me about. It's like the vampire one, like the vampire can't be killed or something. That looks super cute and like wholesome. Although I wonder if I should like watch the because I think the assassin reincarnated or whatever, that one's actually fucked up at moments. Like it actually has moments where it's like, oh fuck, a little rapey. I'm not sure if I'm in. This is gross. But then there are other moments that are for that like vampire one that just seems fun. Like it just seems like a comedy. But I've been watching a lot of comedy ones, you know. Rudolph says Primordial seems so much more rare than Volatile was. Pain. Yeah, man. To me, I don't know. Like to me, I was like Chaos level 35. I think was supposed to make people like, hell yeah. To me, it just limited aspirations. Like just limited possibilities. And also made things take way more time. And I think that's the wrong way to feel about an update. You know, it's like, oh, here's so much more work to do, and now even more things are unviable because they don't scale off of things. Again, they could fix a lot of these problems if they gave like a melee weapon that scaled off of, a gun weapon that scaled off of melee damage. That way you kind of have ranged damage and stuff like that. But I think they're terrified of doing stuff like that because of Face Puncher. But Face Puncher was a good answer. It was the only answer, which was the problem. But still. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to boot one of you. Well, actually, I have to drop a save file, so everyone has to leave anyway. But take your time. But I want to see Axiom save file real quick, and then I will drop that piece of gear for. Where are you? Are you still here, person who wanted to drop a piece of gear? The save file thing. Lozika says the vampire that can't be killed. Wait, what? You never mind. I remember. Yeah. The one that had like the classic weird art style of that. Game invite. Sure, we'll go to socialize. Where do I find the invitations that I'll just join in on you? Where are you? Axiom. Oh, there we go. Join. Yes. Ugh. Luke says, I don't get armor with 3 in Icebreaker. Yeah, that sucks. It doesn't matter, let's choose him. Dadman says, I have a question if you don't mind. Would Graveborn / Spell Shot Pixie build work? Or does it only work well with Spore Ward? No. Graveborn. Oh, man, what do you call it? Graveborn? We have a build that's like that. Yeah, I have a build we just made on the channel. It's called the 300% more damage. It's called Torrent, or Icy Blood Torrent is what we ended up calling it. But yeah, no, Graveborn in Spell Shot with Pixie build is insanely good. Especially what we call it, the build that we currently worked on. It was the thing. Or does it only work with? Yeah, no, it works incredibly well because it scales off of spell damage. And actually, that build is significantly better, Dadman, than the Spore Warden build. Yeah, I could send you a link to the video if you want to see it. Also, this is fucking a game-breaking thing anyway. But yeah, gah, yuck. Also, why the infinite possibilities the only limitation to? I mean, yeah, fucking shit. That's all you really need. But yeah, that's a modded item. You're getting into modded items. Also, god damn, fucking yeah, modders. I'm kidding. That's crazy, man. Enjoy. Fucking madness. That looks awesome though. Also, it looks really cool as an armor set. Damn, it says sweet. I'm sub to your channel, and my bad for not. No, it's all good, damn it. I'm just happy you give me A's. Yeah, the fact that you're even here being sweet is plenty. Yeah, thank you. If you want me to find the video, I can. It's probably I should be still there within the first couple things. It's the one that has like a red guy essentially on there. Yeah, the person that asked if we were dropping save files, I haven't seen pop back in, so I don't know if that means he's not here, doesn't want it, or yeah. Luke says 1,800 more spell damage. Yeah, that's a crazy thing. I mean, now you can use all the legendary spells and feel fun, like they'll be useful. You know, you just have to get a couple stacks, maybe one stack. Does that stack? Like, does the game not break when it's like, oh my god, what? And just breaks? Lone Singlet says, imagine if that was a real item. You could use anything in the game and make it go, yeah. Well, that's the thing that I'm like kind of passively debating is like, I like maybe the game is scaled for investment. So one of the things that I've refused to use after I started like clicking in my head that it could be a determining like swaying thing, but it's the like level up system within the game, the passive talent investment thing. If you can only use that to scale up like melee damage, is that the answer? You know, to tell people like, hey, you need to download a profile that essentially has all of this like stupid high investment scaling in melee damage. Maybe. I don't think that's a good answer, but like, is that why certain things aren't scaling up properly? Because outside of Spellshot, everything is kind of on the same field except for Grave Clawbringer, but now that's kind of the same thing and everyone's on the same playing field. So I wonder if that's the weird scaling metric, but if we didn't have Spellshot, it would take a long time to kill a lot of the things, unless you were willing to like double dip or triple dip into one skill, which seems innately kind of broken anyway, because you're not like, seems weird that there's things that can even do that, rather than just like scaling up damage based on damage. That's the one thing that kind of weirds me out about the game, is maybe that's something that people like, but I've always liked it when things are they make sense. And like when you look at a skill and it says like buffs your damage by 60%, you're like, okay, cool. But then, if you're like, you're not considering the fact that, oh, well, that scales all damage by 60%, and it like double dips within the algorithm of damage at the very end, so that it's able to benefit from all of these enchantments more than anything else, so that it kind of stacks up in a big way. And it's like, that's not explicit. That's not explicit at all. And it makes it so that like builds are really hard for like normal people who aren't deep into the community can make. That seems innately just weird, you know. Axiom 186 max spellweaving stacks is fun. It works. Well, but Axiom, to me, I almost would want, like, this is my dumbness, but I almost would want to like go to the point in which there's eventually too many diminished. Like, I would try to use the weakest legendary spells I had, and then I would basically start to scale myself down until those start to not one-shot everything. Because I feel like at that level of 1,800 spell damage, you'd just be one-shotting everything to be like, there'd be no like gamification or leverage ever. So I feel like I would start to step myself back into the point where like, okay, this is the baseline for every spell to at least be viable. And also, it's a good idea to not have to do that for every spell individually. You would just slap on this you know, armor piece that would do it. Luke says 6 hours farming for 3 in Icebreaker. I don't do this anymore. Yeah, man, that's pain. It's too much. As far as this, yeah, what do you call it? Our build for our Reaper of Bones person. Rudolph says game balance in the hands of the players. Is that game balancing in the hands of the player? I don't really know if that's. What do you mean by that, Rudolph? Ronald, sorry. Axiom says, I really wanted to change the chaos level and the game difficulty to make enemies more powerful, but either I have no idea how to do that or it just doesn't work. I think it probably doesn't. I couldn't see that working. I know that people were able to get ascended gear immediately because it's just in the code. So that's something that has existed for a hot minute, but yeah, everything else I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, the build, I don't know what we're gonna try next. I did get this this class mod that was interesting. I'm curious how it'll play, but it's basically yeah, I wanted to see if that's really quick. We got time. We've got time. I wanted to see if this was a way that we could maybe make this work, but unfortunately, we would be putting away Stabomancer, which to me is just way fun, and also it solves the problem of range really well. But I wanted to see if, because Moxie uploaded a video recently that had a class mod in it that was dark magic conversion on top of a shit ton of icebreaker. So icebreaker is a skill that like increases all damage taken when an enemy has ice, I think. Let me read this skill, because I feel like if it increases all damage just if an enemy's frozen, not just cryo damage to a frozen enemy, then I think that could be still good. But if that could work for our dark magic build in a weird way, because it would increase even the dark magic damage we output, but I'm not sure if that's how the skill works. Let me see. We can find out. Where is it? Berserker. Let's see. It's this one right here. Fatemaker gains increased damage dealt to enemies that are slowed. The closer an enemy is to being frozen, the more damage is increased. Yes, so that to me could increase our dark magic scaling as well. So that might actually work. Granted, I guess we could just use a cryo pixie, and I think that would have some bite. We might even skip this and get blast gas just to make our to fix our range problem, with blast gas kind of acting as that ranged equilibrium. Maybe we could try it. This is this. I should probably want to go with this first. We'll go with max out of this. Oh, we don't have it equipped yet. Let me equip that one thing. Did I find it? It is this one? Yes. As 3 out of 3 in that skill, yes. So that gives you a 60% increase to damage that enemies are frozen, and this skill scales in a really weird way, so it's not quite the same. In fact, would that work? No, that wouldn't, because that feeds in the thing. Never mind. It's still helpful, but it wouldn't be the same way that I'm thinking. We'll do that. We'll leave that. We'll get some of this because I think that gives us more damage reduction to enemies that are close, as well as we'd get this, and then we'd get this to save your soul things, and then we would get the attack speed melee bonus. This. Honestly, I didn't even know if it's worth getting that capstone, or if we should just stop as soon as we get one point in here and then leave. Maybe. Let's go over and get this. Maybe we want to get healing efficiency. If we die more, we could try that. We could also try this, because that's going to give us even more healing. We could also get this, and then this, and then this, and then this for even more tankiness. This, I don't know, we're rhyming unintentionally right now. Also put one more in this. And now we'll put all the rest. Okay, let's just see. Now, granted, we're not going to be doing cryo damage, but it shouldn't matter because we're going to, with our spell, we're going to make things permanently cryoed. So that's going to give us basically the 60% amp on top of the conversion of that amp to be dark magic, and that might maybe sequence, given that it works in that way. Because we're basically not even using cryo as a scaling stick. We're using, I guess we do have incentive to do that because we got that one cryo skill. I think we need a sufficient amount of dark magic scaling just to be able to hit hard enough, but we'll see. Do I have my cryo spell on? Yeah. And we're not going to be able to benefit from our shield buffing thing, which is essentially on depletion because our shield is going to be repairing our shield every time we melee. So we're not going to be able to deplete it, essentially. It's kind of a useless skill, but maybe we'll be able to see something from here. Let's equip Reaper of Bones. And yeah, we're about to end the stream, by the way, guys. I just thought we'd do this real quick to see what's happening. See if this is at all a path forward. Also, I don't have my pixie equipped. My cryo pixie. Where are you? This one? Yes. It's times 2, yes. We'll do that. Is it this? Yes, okay. Throw these. This. Shit, I don't have the right spell on. I mean, this I guess would kind of work too. But we want the one that has a high probability to freeze. I think it's that one. This. Quickly, this, and melee. Yeah. See, like, even when we're detonating that blast chill, it's not crazy. Even with that, like, scaling damage. Interesting. Also weird. I wonder if it's because we have not a cryo scaling thing on. Let's put that on. And of course, we could not equip the pixies and just equip this. In fact, before we... Let's do that. Shoot all this and now start meleeing. And then the damage comes back a little bit. It's a little more reasonable. And also our health is staying up pretty consistently. Granted, again, without that melee buff. I wonder if we could just get away with... Well, we could empty our magazine more and do this. Now the enemy's guaranteed cryoed. I haven't noticed the blast chill like detonation thing being better. And I noticed our health is way more dicey. Granted, I wonder if we run that same thing back. Let's see. Let's see if we can make that better. We have another one of these that has a greater magazine. And we can equip the one that has the dark magic scaling to keep us alive. We're also not dipping into our shield being good, so if we find a better melee weapon, it could be better. We'll do that. We'll run this back one more time, and then we'll call it. Luke says 6 farming for 3 of 3 icebreaker. I can't do it anymore. Rudolph says game balance in the player's hands. Axiom says I really wanted to change the chaos level, but couldn't. Rudolph says I was making a joke because of the modded items to make anything good. Yeah, it's true. Sorry, I thought that's maybe what you were saying, but I was like, maybe I'm misunderstanding this. I'm not sure. Dadman says, got an adult. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much for stopping by, Dadman. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, damage is still not crazy. I think we need that that cryo scaling hit. But again, I think that the fact that we have this class mod should give us a good bit of survivability, but I'm not sure if it's enough because you need a shocking amount of survivability. But we have enough healing. Again, if we get a blood weapon that doesn't have the heal on it, the vampire, which repairs your shield as well, so we're not able to benefit from that 100% damage scaling, then yeah, because this is right now is just not quite good enough, at least for me. But yeah. But granted, if you're able to dip into Stabomancer and Berserker's kind of qualities, then yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah. But I need to test this more. I'm not sure if I'll do that testing today because it's a lot. Rudolph says I have one Luke Primordial. I can do for you. Oh, for the thing, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, is there anybody that we can go raid real quick? Any lovely member of a community that you want to go want us to go shower with praise? Because I love doing that, and we haven't been able to do that last couple times because there's just been nobody streaming that anybody knows at the time. It doesn't make sense. People take off Saturday and Sunday. Weird. Also, people have weird schedules for streaming sometimes. Whew. Axiom says, I just finished my my loot luck amulet. Ooh, nice. Plus 1,700 loot luck is max. Interesting. I wonder if you can get that on a shield too. Granted, I guess you don't want to rock it on a shield too. Lone Singlet says, I don't have anything to suggest rating. Stitch says, hydrate. I did, Stitch. I'll finish this. Luke says, I want a +3 in Icebreaker so bad. That was the one that I had in that, right? Icebreaker? What do you call it, Luke? If you, I would say we could do it, but we're winding down a little bit. If you could hold out till maybe Tuesday, we could probably do it. Really quick at the end of the stream if you're able to hold out that long. But yes? Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's also dark magic, so I guess that it's out of all the class mods to kind of get a passive thing to it, I don't think that one's the worst outcome. Because you can always use a little bit of healing, you know. Yeah, we have no. Let me see. Do I know anybody who's streaming? Let me see. Did a raid? I got nobody. God dang it. Nobody streams the same days we stream. What the shit? Anyways, we might just end it again. Shit. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been nothing shy of absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I always love hanging out with you guys. And again, hopefully I can make another build where we can sell it. Like we can sell it. We can do this point of the stream. Also, I wonder if it's also people don't know that we're doing it. So when I upload the video tonight, that is us basically giving out loot and etc. Maybe some people, it'll spur on some people to pop into our streams and actually ask for some stuff eventually because they know it exists. Granted, it's also a long ass stream, so maybe people don't tune in that long. Who knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. There is a video coming out right now over at Brothers Grinn. It is going to be a Wonderlands video where I showcase one of your guys' lovely builds, as well as talk about what was the buff to pixies basically that happened? Double knot. There was a double knot buff. A lot of people were saying that you should make a new build or reformat it to work essentially with double knot. I talked about that in the video where it's essentially. You can if you want, but everything still died in a couple seconds, so it wasn't really necessary. Nor do I want to. If that was the only thing that we shifted around as just a skill tree, I could just empower you guys to do that, even though it's not necessarily required. And I do think there's some stuff that deeper into this skill tree that has Graveborn stuff that makes it quite good as well. And I personally just dislike the capstone for spell shot quite a lot because it just seems reductive to what you're kind of hoping to do with it. Because I'm big on that. I wish it was just a wizard class, not like a spell blade, like a half and half kind of character. Which that's just for me though, or that's just me. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you guys check out that video that I'm about to upload. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully I can see you guys again on Tuesday. Thank you again and goodbye.